Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Something Cafe. This is episode, oh gosh, what episode is this, guys? 34? 35. Wow. Episode 35. Welcome back to the Something Cafe podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Celestino Dooley, and today I have what I think to be a fun little activity for us. But before we get into that, I want to thank my parents. I want to thank my grandparents. I want to thank my aunts and uncles for bringing me to this point. I would like to tell them that no, the anxiety has not killed me yet. It's trying, but it hasn't succeeded. And I am now at about 8 different pills every morning for various of things. So if that's some sort of score that I need to be keeping track of, who knows? But I feel like she's getting a little high. Granted, 2 of those are vitamins. But I am on a new medication. For those of you who keep up with the lore of myself, I saw a psychiatrist, right? Not what's a psychologist? Psychiatrist. I have a psychiatrist now, and I got prescribed something new. I don't know if it's working or not. There are moments during the day where I feel something new, like something bad, but shoot, brother, maybe I just got a little case of the heebie-jeebies. That's what WebMD said. WebMD also said that I might be coming down with a case of Tylenol, so I might want to get vaccinated for that. I have 2 cats, as you guys know, Lars and Larry, and I have been putting them on a little bit of a Weight Watchers plan. I have a photo right here on screen of Lars, and I took this photo because he was in a really funny, almost like human sitting position. But the more I looked at it and the more I sent it to some of my friends, I realized maybe Bubba's getting up to that TLC range. Maybe he's getting up to that 600-pound life, 1,000-pound sisters, you know. So I put him on a little bit of a Weight Watchers plan. I have an auto feeder, right? I have the one you fill it up. She's got a little ramp, and then as they eat, it keeps coming out. But that Aztec method, that can only lead to obesity in your pet, right? I mean, if you fill it all the way up and it continues to come out when they eat from it, you can't tell me that I'm not saying all pet weight issues come from that, but when you have that, that's all that comes from it. I cannot imagine that pet feeder for anybody, any brand, any make, any model, a pet feeder built like that. I know there's like the Tony Stark feeders where it's on a time, and when it's time it makes a sound. No. We're talking analog here, and I can't imagine that feeder doesn't make your pet obese. Like, I can't imagine it doesn't. So I've been putting them on a little bit of a Weight Watchers plan. If you guys are not watching the video, I would highly implore you, because The photo that that we just threw up of Lars is it's my favorite photo of Lars now. Um, Before it made me scared for his health, but now because I know he's going to lose weight, he's been doing his push-ups, he's been doing his sit-ups. I think it's now we can just look at it and just laugh and remember the memories. Um, I really don't want to have to get Lars a mobility scooter. So, you already know Papa's got his own weight issues. Although I I've been doing kind of well. A few people in my life have said, "Well, man, you've lost weight," blah, blah, blah," but I don't believe any of that. Um, I'm a little cynical. I don't believe it until I actually see it. But I I don't know. Like I believe it a little bit just because I've not been eating lunch, which I'm not going, bulimic or anything. It's just I've been okay, so I work 45 minutes away from my house. I eat breakfast at work. Like we have one break and one lunch, right? Me and my coworker take our break after the first task of the day. Then we go take break to eat breakfast, cafecito, and I will eat breakfast then. Hold on, my producer's texting me right now. Feels weird having my phone while I record episodes because I usually use my phone to record it, but now I have a camera. It was a birthday present from my mom and dad. Thank you, mom. Thank you, mommy and daddy. Um, Thank you for supporting me and financially supporting me as well with items that make my podcast more professional than it has the right to be. But sooner or later, I will be buying you. I will be buying you a house with this podcast. I give you my word. I skip lunch because I get tired. I honestly, dude, like the amount of times where I have almost or kind of fallen asleep driving home on the highway for like 15 minutes in out of the 45 minutes. There's been times and it's because I eat lunch there. Um I did not have what's the word? I did not have the for the lack of better terms. I did not have the strength to eat something healthy like I would say I would, and then I would go and like, oh, they have pasta, dude. Worst idea. But now that I've had so many bad commutes home, literally that thought outweighs the potential pleasure of shitty food. Like my fat self will be like, you should get that thing. You should eat this. And that used to always win, but because I've had so many bad commutes because I eat lunch, like because lunch is 2 hours before I leave. Like I'm I can't, right? So I've I used to never win that battle, but now because I've had so many bad commutes, I finally have the composure to I'm aware that I'm hungry, but I also think it's been good for me weight-wise and mentally because I wouldn't call it fasting. I don't know what. So I wake up at 4:30, 5. I give myself a pretty big window. I wake up at 4:45 and I get to work and I start my shift at 6. And we take breakfast break at there's never an exact time, but like around like 9. I would say 9. So I eat at 9, a muffin and a protein shake. And then lunch is at 11:30. I skip it. I just keep working. Um, and then 2:30 is when the shift is done. I get home. I typically, if I'm hungry, I'll start making something. But I typically wait. So that's like a good 8 hours of not eating. Um, and it's helped me, right? I feel like I look a little thinner. I can see it in my face. Maybe it also depends on the angle. Uh, Sometimes in the in the rear view mirror of my car, if I look at it just the right way, I look hot. If I look at it just the wrong way, I have big baby cheeks. So it's a roll of the dice every freaking time. But yeah, so I don't even know where we got to this. Wait, Lars, right? So that's how he's doing. Larry's been doing good. He's still a little afraid of me, but you know I think he's gonna start warming up to me. Um, but ladies and gentlemen, I mean, last week we talked about the Minecraft movie trailer. And I don't think any new info's come out. I just wanted to bring it up because it has been on my mind since last week. Um, Gosh, that movie's gonna be so bad, guys. It's gonna be so bad. Oh my gosh. And you know, I follow a lot of people in my generation, obviously, and I see everyone talking about it, and it's like everyone agrees. Everyone agrees. Like, this is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst. I'm probably not going to see it. And when I say probably, that's a genuine probably because I don't watch movies either way. I just don't, right? So because typically when people say probably, they end up doing it. But it's like for me, that's genuine. I genuinely probably won't see it. Um, I I can't stop thinking about it. I can't. I can't. It's just that trailer was such a was such a bag of dog penis, man. It's just so bad. Um, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Um, Again, let's just take a couple seconds to laugh at the Borderlands movie. Haha. um, Love that that failed because yeah, you guys, if you didn't, if, listen to last week's episode. Um, I went all in on the budget and the revenue of the Borderlands movie and why it failed and why I predicted the future of the Borderlands movie. So yeah, that was I won't harp on it any longer. That was last week's episode. This week's episode, I am gonna do an IQ test. Yeah, and I am a little scared because um the thing is with IQ tests, I this is a little biased just because I am a little stupid, but I know IQ is not a direct correlation of one's intelligence, but it does mean something. So I've got an IQ test ready right here. It is it is on the screen, but for those of y'all listening on audio, I will I'll read the questions and whatnot. I'm probably not going to do anything. I'm probably if there's math, which there probably will be, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take out a piece of graph paper and write it out. I'm gonna do this all from my head. So, yep, up on the screen is the IQ test. Up on the screen is the IQ test. Test your IQ level with this free IQ test. Are you curious about your IQ score, but don't have time to visit a psychologist who can administer it? Is that how you're actually supposed to take IQ tests? You have to see a psychologist. That is sad. Take this free expert approved IQ test, and you'll receive your score in no time. Ready to start the IQ test? Answer 20 questions in 20 minutes to complete the IQ test and get your score. Choose the correct answer from the 4 available options before moving on to the next question. Learn where you stand on each of the 5 intelligence scales. These are abstract reasoning, deductive reasoning, numerical reasoning, cognitive ability, and pattern recognition. Here we go. Choose one of the options to replace the missing square. What? 1, 2, 3. What? Oh, 9. Easy. Choose one of the options to replace the missing square. Okay, so I'm starting to notice a theme. We've got a bunch of arrows here. Right, up, right, oh. Up. Duh. How many triangles are in this picture? I see. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Damn it. Huh? Oh my gosh. What? Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. I'm going to say 13. Choose one of the options to replace the missing square. Huh? Okay. I would say it's this one, obviously. Choose one of the we've got what looks like a 2048 game. 3, 7. Oh, these are all prime numbers. I don't actually know that. It's obviously 64. Choose one of the okay. Semicircle. So a quarter. This is a semicircle. This is a quarter of a circle. So quarter. So 16 times 2 is 32. 32 times 2 is 4, 6, 64. Freaking genius. Smiley face and 2 hearts. Looks like we have. This is the field layout of a speed dating event. Clearly. I'm supposed to match the lovers here. What the? Oh, easy. Smiley face heart. How many squares are in this picture? Goodness. Squares? Okay, wait, are all rectangles squares or are all squares rectangles? I think all squares are rectangles, but rectangles are not a square. So let's look at the big picture. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. It's easy. Choose one of the options to replace the missing square. For those on audio, we are looking at the blueprints of the shittiest intersection that your town could ever come up with, and it is my sole responsibility to build the crosswalk. I believe it must be this. All right, we got. Okay, we're playing Sudoku. Now I'm getting pissed. Okay. I see. Okay. So times 2 and then 24 times 3. 24 times 3 is 24 times 3. 24, 4, 12, 2, 3, 6, 7, 72. Gosh, I'm so freaking smart. Choose one of the. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. What? 1, 4, 2 8s. What? 3 16s. 1, 4. Oh gosh. All right. For those on audio, we are coming up with a new block to put in the game of Tetris. That is obviously what's going on here. I'm designing a new shape, and they all suck. 4 is 1, 16 is 2. When am I supposed to go? Am I timesing it by 4? I think 1 4, 2 4s. Oh, one line is 4, which means both lines are also 4, but you times them together. So 4 times 4 is 16, and 4 times 3 is 12. Shit. No, 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is, oh gosh, 16 times 4. 16 times 4, 24. It's 4, 6, 64. Oh my gosh. Lars did not give me that answer. All right, we are designing crosswalks again, or a kite. Oh, this is easy. Come on, freaking easy. How many triangles are in this picture? Okay. Here comes another brain aneurysm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Damn it. 1. Damn it. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So freaking easy. We are... Okay, this is... I can't even make up something funny for this. We are just building a star. It is obviously... Oh, shit. Obviously this one. All right. Back to 2048 or Sudoku. We are on question 15. 5 more questions left. I still have 12 more minutes. I am... Dude, I could get up and poop right now. 4, 7, 6. Okay, now this just makes no damn sense. 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 1. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What? 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 1. What? Lars, I'm going to need some help on this one. Oh, I'm not feeling like a pretty princess right now. Well, it has to be less. Less by 1. Less by 3. Less by 9? It's 24 minus 9. Uh, 24 minus... Okay, it has to be less. But less by how much? Can't be 3. It has to be more than that. Let's just say 18. All right. We are fitting a square... this is obviously the game where you try to fit square pegs into circle holes. Choose one of the options. Oh, gosh. 32, 40, and then 4 times... Oh, what? 4 times 9 is... What is 4 times 9? Oh, my gosh. I've forgotten all of my multiplication. which is also a big fu to like math because I'm 22 right now with a great job and with suicidal tendencies, and I've never had to use math in my life so far. So, all right, square, pentagon, hexagon. So 4, 5, 6. What? 4, 5, 6. Obviously, 4 times. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 4 times 8 is 32. So 5 times 8 is hey. So what is 6 times 8? Oh shit. 6 times 8 was like for some reason always the the multiplication problem that like I could never memorize. 6 times 8. What is 6 times 8? It would be 48. Obviously, right? Yeah. Choose one of the options to replace the missing square. All right. So we've got the Masonic Temple, Judaism. Oh, we're just adding sides. Come on. How many triangles are in the picture? Again? Okay. This is a screenshot from the newest Zelda game. And it is not looking good. So we got how many oh gosh, okay. How many triangles are in the picture? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Come on, guys. Dude, I thought this was gonna be hard. Oh shit. I would say it's. Tell me Einstein. Einstein who? I don't know. 32 minus that is 7. And then 24 minus 7 is 15. 4. No, it's 9. 7, 9. Oh gosh. Wait a second. What the? 7, 9. Is it a difference by 2? 53. And this is 11. No. This is 12. No. 10. No. Oh gosh, my head. Not 9. What the hell? You know what? I think the answer is 12. Oh gosh, it's okay. I didn't know that was the last question. My IQ score is 120. Is that good? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Is that good? I don't know if that. Okay, so I guess now let's ask ChatGPT if that's good or if let's ask ChatGPT if that's good or not. Just got my IQ score. Let's see what it says. That's awesome. What's the range? I'm gonna make ChatGPT pamper me. I'm gonna say, what's the range? I'm kind of nervous. I'm gonna make ChatGPT make me feel better. A score of 120 is considered above average and falls into the high average range. That's a great score. It indicates strong problem solving skills and cognitive abilities. But how do you feel about it now that you know where it stands? I feel like shit. I'm stupid and a waste of oxygen. Again, I don't really feel that way. I'm gonna try to make it pamper me. Oh gosh, I forgot it knows my first name. Oh, okay. Well, I think ChatGPT is trying to get into my pants right now because I'm I'm really sorry you're feeling this way, Celestino. It's important to remember that an IQ score is just one measure and doesn't capture everything about who you are eh, who you are or what you're capable of. You bring value in so many other ways. Your creativity, humor, and impact you have through your podcast and DJing service. For instance, intelligence is multidimensional, and an IQ score doesn't define your worth. If you're feeling down, it might help to talk things out with someone close or a professional. You're definitely not a waste of oxygen. Therapists are going to be replaced in 20 years. I completely forgot it has a memory. Did you guys know? Did you guys know that Chat GPT actually has a memory? Um, let me let me pull up the memories. Where can I pull up the memories? All right, let's look at the memories. All right, this is what Chat GPT knows about me. Now, some of this I fed it on purpose because I want it to cater answers to me. All right, this is what Chat GPT knows about me. Wakes up at 4:30 a.m. Has two cats named Lars and Larry. Lars is older than Larry. Is considering going for walks as a form of physical activity. He dislikes going to the gym. Has a podcast called Something Cafe, which is comedy based and features a variety of interesting guests. The podcast is currently on its 24th episode and is released weekly. Name is Celestino Dooley, has donated his hair, has a DJing service, generally experiences depression. Ayo. He's looking for solo improv ideas for his podcast, is a surgical specialty coordinator for enter company name, and was once a enter job title, lives in enter location, Florida. Gets tired when he's anxious, is no longer taking Adderall, is interested in drama related to the official podcast, prefers concise, relevant, and simple answers and responses, which is ironic because that is not how I give my answers. User's birthday is enter birthday. Oh, I literally told you August 29th, but I won't give you the year. Has a Sony ZV-E10 camera. Got a 256 gigabyte Extreme Pro. I love the names of these things sometimes. Got a 256 Extreme Pro SanDisk memory card for his Sony ZV-E10. Lars, no. Spray bottle time. Lars? Yeah, that's what I thought. Bad boy. Just sniped him. Has been prescribed, enter medication name, for anxiety. Has over 5,000 Pokemon cards. Plays Plague Inc. and is familiar with the Necrovirus. I'm gonna delete that one because that one is. So So if you're curious on how this works and why this works, I fed it some of this stuff for a reason. And also some of it isn't fed. Some of it for example, the reason why it knows I have over 5,000 Pokemon cards is because I have an app that I can log every card with, and I got the Pro version, which has been awesome. And I can just put the card up to the camera and it'll find it. Without doing that, I have to manually put it in, which I've gotten better at it because before, dude, oh my gosh, before all I was doing was I was putting in the name, but you got to understand, if I just put in Pikachu, you understand that there's hundreds of different Pikachu cards from hundreds of different sets. So it would take me a minute to do every single card, and for 5,000 cards, that's a lot. So what I found out is every card has a number, like a serial number, I guess, in the bottom left of it, and I was I had no clue. I could just put that number in; it would just boom. But with the photo option now, dude, awesome. But back to what I was saying, I was asking it. I was like, "Hey, I have I have over 5,000 Pokemon cards, and I want to find some creative ways to store them and organize them because right now I have all of them in one binder, and there is no binder that's big enough to hold them all. And even if there was, I don't think that would be fun to deal with. So I think I'm gonna get like different binders for every type, which is gonna be a little pricey, but I don't I don't mind. I'm gonna go somewhere and get like 10 pretty nice binders. I'm gonna need to. Like this is an expense that's gonna happen. Um, but what's cool is when ChatGPT gives you the response, right above the response in a faint text, it'll say updated memory, and it will show me what it just remembered. So later, like you just saw now, right? Like it said you you have so many things that get, that that give you value. Your podcast and your DJing service. Like how did it know that? Am I worried about feeding it information? No, because I will tell you why. OpenAI, the company, I cannot speak on its ethical practices, but what I do know is data like this is stored personally and is catered obviously towards me since it is the memories that the program has about me. Is the company using this info? Absolutely, absolutely. But that's only helping it, and uh, this isn't like 2002 Wizards 101 giving out your address. This is like the only people that can see this info is the actual company itself, and people freak out way too much about personal like this is not legal advice, nor do I abuse this nor am I stupid with my info. I am extremely careful with with my info. I have passwords like you won't even believe. Um OpenAI is fine. I give it this info and it makes the service better. And I think it's cool that the program is only getting better with the more you use it, it learns. The people over at OpenAI, they will use what they will see. Oh, maybe ChatGPT remembered wrong. He had it remembered he had 4,000 cards when he really had 5,000. Like they will see that and it'll help it be better. I think that's kind of cool. Um, I very much I'm dude. Look, this whole AI conversation has been going on for a long time, and I'm freaking excited. I am excited. Um, we could have the conversation about everything that it's gonna do that sucks, or we could have the conversation of everything it's gonna do that's awesome. And which one do you want to have? Right? I think you should. I think everyone should have both of them. I think everything that gives you every advance in the world that gives you a fork in the path, both paths should be explored. But I also don't think it should ever get you upset because think about a lot of the stuff that people have worried about in the past that just never even happened. Do you remember? Excuse me. I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Do you remember the the net neutrality panic around 2018? 2018, yeah. Do you remember that? Did you know that net neutrality actually got passed? Do you remember the whole this entire freak out? You remember that? Like, if you're not freaking out right now, you don't know what's going on. That that dude, that shit passed. And you forgot about it. Like it's it's a huge there's so many things that get exaggerated out of the waz. AI, it's exciting. I don't think it's anything else but exciting. I don't think you should be scared of it. I don't think anybody should be scared of it. Is it going to kill jobs? Absolutely. Um, is it a little selfish to not be worried about that? Yeah, sure. But what do you want me to do? Right? Uh, the reason why I wanted to so if you know me in my personal life, you will know that I haven't really touched music in a while. I actually do still make music. I'm actually working on um what's the word for it? I'm working on a what the hell? Like a thing for a client. What is the word for that? A commission. I'm working on a commission right now. Um AI will take that over. Okay? It absolutely will take that over. Not music in a whole. Um consumer music. What do I mean by that? AI can make pretty awesome music. In fact, there's an a there's an there is a Suno AI song that uh, some famous dude on YouTube gave it a prompt and it made this song that I absolutely love. Like listened to it yesterday. It's pretty stupid, but like I think it's amazing. And it was completely made by AI. In fact, man, I want to play it for you guys. I cannot imagine they copyrighted it. I cannot imagine they did that because it is such a stupid, silly song that is just fun. Let me see. Can I find that out? Okay, yeah, it is copywritten. All right. Well, so I can't play the song, but I will have a link to it in the in the episode notes because again, it is a great song. It's called I Stink and it is like a men's Russian choir like I stink. I stink. I need a drink. And it was like, Mother slapped me, Father hit me, Daddy bring me to the fire, throw me in. Like I love that. Mother slapped me, bring me to the fire. Oh man, it's so good. So good. I can't play it. But guys, I don't even know where I went. We just did a whole friggin' thing on AI and we didn't even talk about the IQ test. 120. It says it's above average. That is Chat GPT though. That might be a little biased. Let me actually just Google it. So 100 is the most average. 100 is the most common of the 34.1 percentile. I land right in between. So it says 150 is 13.6% and 130. It's quite a it's quite that's quite a steep difference between I mean the difference between 34% and 13% is already steep, but that's like you're still kind of in the middle, but then when you go cuz there are two more factors. It's from 55 to 145 and 115 is 13.6% and 130 is 2.1%. That's a that's a pretty steep jump in the percentage. I land right in that. So I'm at like the 10%. I don't know. I guess I'm a freaking genius or something. I don't know. But yeah, cool. Um, Good deal. That was kind of fun, actually. I enjoyed that. I am going to put the link to the IQ test in the episode description so y'all can check that out too. It is free. I genuinely did not have to. I am not sponsored by this website, but I seriously I did a lot of googling to freaking find an IQ test that didn't make you sign up and pay and blah blah blah. No, like this was actually free. What is funny though, right, is a great model for an IQ test is this. And I'm sure it's been done and this isn't even my my joke, but um I'm sure there's an IQ test where at the end it asks you, okay, hey, you need to now pay to see your score. Anybody who pays, I wholeheartedly think that if that person pays, they should be able to see their score, but them paying for their score should deduct like 5 or 10 points from their IQ score because you should never. While we're on the topic of online tests, I did not prepare for more than the IQ tests in this regard, but it does make me think about some of those BuzzFeed quizzes. I kind of want to check some of those out, eh? It's actually 9 p.m. right now, guys. This is the absolute latest I've ever recorded an episode. Why? I had plenty of time. I woke up. I woke up really bad. I woke up this morning. Um, I cried yesterday on my way home from work. I cried. I think out of the 45 minutes, I cried for probably 30. And when I got home, I DoorDashed some ice cream and watched some old YouTube videos, and I felt better. But then I could barely go to sleep because of how anxious I was feeling. And this morning, I woke up feeling pretty bad still. So I read this somewhere that if you force yourself to smile, you will feel happy. Like, that's just how it works. So I did that in the shower and I felt like a psychopath. But it kind of worked. Because I went from feeling like, oh, here we go again. Here comes another day. I'm going to record the podcast, but I'm just so uninteresting and I have no topics and this and that and I have nothing. I don't know, just my normal spiral of is this new medicine actually working? Am I feeling more anxious because the new medicine's failing? Is anyone going to believe me? Blah, 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 you know. But I started smiling while I was taking a shower, and again I felt like a damn psychopath, just like super depressed, but like smiling ear to ear while I'm like washing my balls and I actually started feeling a little better. Actually, I was pretty surprised because as I was smiling, it obviously like this is how the guy explained it in the text I was reading. He said, "We smile when we're happy, so that is the action and response." So it also works reciprocal in the way of we smile when we're happy, so smiling will make you happy. So when I did that, all those thoughts I was having, they changed into it was really interesting, guys. It was really I was amazed. I'm gonna start looking like a psycho now because I'm probably gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna be like smiling while I'm like crying on my way home from work. But um, let me explain to you how I felt. It was like when I started smiling in the shower and I started feeling better, all those thoughts turned into I'm getting ready. Here we go. Time to record the podcast. I have it's Saturday. I have a whole free day. I had some yummy ice cream. Don't feel bad about it because it was yummy and you're a human and I have awesome things. I don't know. Like it was kind of like okay, so I'm gonna keep doing that. I need to get a therapist. I need a therapist. I I need a therapist. Um, I I asked my doctor like, hey, do you have any recommendations? She gave me a website, and I uh I don't know. It was kind of like this is genuinely the best way I could put it without being disrespectful. It kind of felt like a Craigslist for therapists. Kind of. It was like a database. Like I wanted her to recommend like an office. And if I'm going to see a therapist, dude, I do not want to do that online. I don't. I need to go in person. I need a therapist that has a nice dim room with a couch and some pillows and will let me take off my shoes and put them up on the other armrest. Like that is what I need. I don't want the most certified credential uh degrees on the wall Zoom call. No. I want a therapist that is like my dream therapist, honestly. So I thought I preferred I don't know which gender I prefer for a therapist. Both have their pluses. So my very first what the hell is the difference between a therapist and a counselor? All right. The main difference between a therapist and a counselor lies in their training, focus, and scope of practice. Counselor typically focuses on helping people deal with specific issues or challenges like career problems, relationship issues, or stress management. Often works on short term goals and provides guidance or advice. May have a degree in counseling, psychology, or social work with specific certifications for different areas. Example, what the heck? When the abbreviation for example, it put E.G. What the heck does that mean? E.G. stands for the Latin phrase exempli gratia, which means for example. It is used to introduce examples of something being discussed. Bro, everybody, Chat GPT, you little flirt, you little hussy, you little flirt, you little dang-a-lang, trying to be all smart on me. Chat GPT is trying to act more smart now that I've told it I'm a freaking genius. It's using Latin now. It's throwing out them Latin phrases. Dude, yeah, it says it's different from I.E. which stands for id est. What is the we got to cut it out with the Latin, man. It's different from IE, which stands for id est, meaning that is or in other words, and is used to clarify or restate something. People use that so wrong. Like people say like okay, so EG I'm just going to ask it to give me all of the abbreviations. And it's all in Latin. What? This is pissing me off. Wow, there's 9. All right, guys, time to get into this. Screw therapy. Let's learn some freaking Latin. Oh, and I totally forgot about the BuzzFeed tests. We might do that next week. See, this is what is special about this show. Is you never know what kind of conversation train that I'm going to get on with myself. Do you realize that? That I am literally, this is something that people do with other people, and I am sustaining a conversation by myself that is being distracted by myself. Why do you think I take medication? I also have a monster in this cup right now. Speaking of which, all of this came from me telling you that it's 9 o'clock right now. That this is the latest I've ever recorded a podcast. All right. Yes, there are several other Latin abbreviations commonly used in English. Here are some of the most common ones. I.e., id est. That is, or in other words. Example, he is a vegetarian, i.e., he doesn't eat meat. Just say, so he doesn't eat meat. He is a vegetarian. Let's see. He is a vegetarian, so he doesn't eat meat. Just say so. Stop trying to impress people. You can't have an IQ score as high as mine. Don't worry about it. etc. etc. Which some people say etc., which is wrong. Just like some people say espresso when it's really espresso. etc. etc. And other things and so on. Example, we need to buy fruit, vegetables, etc. That's a fine example. Etc. blah blah blah. See, saying etc. is a little easier than etc. But etc. is fine. That's a fine one. I.e., people use i.e. in the way that e.g. like for example. Okay. NB, nota bene. That's Italian. Note well, or take notice. Example, NB, the meeting has been moved to Friday. Hey, buddy. Nobody uses that. I.e., in other words, you're an idiot, and I've not, and that one's also capitalized. I have never. The first person who uses NB to me is going to get shot because that's a case where a person got too high of an IQ score, like 121, and is using this just to act smart. No, I've never seen that. CF, confer, compare. Example, for a different approach, CF Smith's earlier study. Again, hey, loser. Drop that one. Nobody uses that. No one. VS, versus. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is good. Against or in contrast to. Example, the debate was freedom versus security. Now, because of the other examples are inferring that you actually say the letters, like NB, CF, etc. But no one ever, like, versus is a very that is probably the most common one on this list so far. Actually, there's a couple more, but like that is a very common one. But no one says VS. The debate was freedom vs security. If you're going to do that, people just say V. The debate was freedom v security. Versus, just say versus. And I've never liked putting the period in the middle of the sentence. I have never liked that ever, because it looks weird. I read this somewhere. When you're reading, you do not actually read the word fully. When you are completely fluent, comprehend, understand, and repeat, speak fluent, right? you do not actually read the full word. You look at the first letter and the second letter, and your brain, because you've seen, okay, for example, me in English, right? English is my I'm bilingual, but English is my native language. So, because I've seen every single English word so many times, I can just so what you do, and this isn't just me. This is every person with their native language. You have seen every word in your native language so many times that when you see it, the first and the last letter are what you focus on, and then the shape, right? The shape that the letters in between make, that is what you like. That's what tells you what word it is. It was where I was reading it on this one document, and on the document it had like a paragraph, and I can't explain it, but it was like every word was spelled really really wrong, but the first and last letter of every word was the same, and it was like a quirky little. If you're able to read this, you have a blah, 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 like it was explaining it. So I'm. Oh, Lars is so cute. Oh my gosh, both Lars and Larry are just laying down. Lars is laying down in the middle of the floor on his side. So cute. You're so cute. I just want to take my hand and just, and then Larry is sleeping on my chair. Super super cute. Oh, Lars is stretching now. Back to what I was saying, verses. I don't like the period in verses because when I am reading it and I'm looking at the first letter and the last letter, I see a period and it freaks me out. Like, don't I hate it. I hate periods in the middle of sentences when it's not an actual period. We have a couple more. AM, ante meridium, before noon. Example: the meeting is scheduled for 10 a.m. Yeah, that's an easy one, but that's also it, right? Like AM and PM. And this actually just solved the question for me. I always get confused when it's like, do I put a period after the period in AM? They didn't here. So PM, post meridium, afternoon. All right, kids, can you figure out how to use PM? Example: the party starts at 7 p.m. That is going to be a bad party because no party starts at 7 p.m. That is when you go and you buy everything for the party, and the party starts at 10. Unless that is an old folks' home, then in that case, I apologize. You guys have a good time. Do not spread too many STDs because it is a actual proven fact that old folk homes, villages are an epicenter of STDs because there is a lot of mobility scooter loving going on, and I'm not making that up. Do some research. Two more. Et al. I haven't read it yet. I can already tell you this one's going to be stupid. Et al. Or in Latin, et alil. And others. Example: the study was conducted by Smith, Johnson, et al. Stupid. Stupid. Not just did you discredit every other person that worked on the study. Thank you. But it's also stupid because no one has ever said that in their life. I work around doctors. Never these doctors have never said I need a suit. I need a 2-0 Vicryl monocryl suture et al. No one's said that. And the final one, the most common one, before AM and PM, RIP, requiescat in pace, rest in peace. Example: RIP is commonly found on gravestones. That's a fine one. I think that one is fine. It's also kind of cool that the abbreviation is the same in Latin and in English. Hey guys, what the hell were we talking about? The difference between counselors and therapists. Yes, and it all came from. Okay, I was reading about what a counselor does, and I saw EG, so I got confused. All right. Uh, so yeah, so it looks like counselor is like helping you on a specific or like a group of issues that kind of have to do with each other, and meeting with them, you focus on that. Whereas therapist, um, okay, so counselor is more specific. Gotcha. Therapist, a broader term that can include counselors, psychologists, and other mental health professionals. Typically works on deeper emotional or psychological issues, helping clients explore underlying patterns, past traumas, or ongoing mental health concerns. May provide longer care treatment, focusing on personal growth and emotional well being. Therapists extensive training, often have more extensive training, potentially with advanced degrees like a master's or a PhD, in fields like psychology, psychiatry, or clinical social work. Ladies and gentlemen, join me on the next bus stop where we figure out what the difference between a psychiatrist and a psychologist is. If you guys want to get a look into my everyday life, this is it. I just do a whole lot of looking things up and learning because, unironically, I value learning and knowledge a lot, which sounds a little hypocritical just because of the demeanor and the representation I give off with how goofy and silly I can be sometimes. But I genuinely do love learning. I would like to. I wish I loved reading. I will probably start forcing myself to read, but I wish I had that natural drive. I've got some pretty good books. The reason I've never really like gotten into reading is because I kind of thought about it like this. Why on earth would I read when I have when I have the internet? And I assume that everything in these books is also like on the internet somewhere. So that's kind of like my kind of like what's the point? Like what's the point ism of it all? Because yeah. All right, what the heck is the difference between a psychiatrist and a psychologist? Psychiatrist. Psychiatrists are medical doctors who have completed medical school and a residency in psychiatry. They focus on the biological and medical aspects of mental health disorders. This includes diagnosing, treating, and managing mental illness with medications and other treatments. They can prescribe medication, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So that a psychiatrist is like a mental health doctor. Psychologists typically hold a doctoral degree and have completed extensive training in psychological assessment, therapy, and research. They focus on understanding and treating mental health issues through therapy and counseling. They use various therapeutic techniques and interventions to help individuals manage and overcome psychological problems. They provide psychotherapy, talk therapy. What the heck? Is that not just talking? Isn't that just therapy? Is that everything? So all therapists practice psychotherapy, which I mean that is the worst name to call it. That is probably the name that will give someone the most anxiety, is to say we are about to indulge in some psychotherapy for you crazy friggin' nut job. Psychological testing and assessments and can offer diagnoses based on these assessments. Psychologists cannot prescribe medicine in most jurisdictions. Okay. So a psychiatrist is a mental health doctor and a psychologist is a mental health like okay. That's a little I'm not confused about the difference of that. I'm now confused about like what that how that makes like a therapist any different than a psychologist. I don't know. But hey, uh you can't say that. I mean, this is an educational podcast, and you come here to the Something Cafe to learn and to expand your vocabulary and educational prowess. Like earlier, I was looking up what Occam's razor meant, um, and it's pretty cool. Occam's razor is just a very, very smart way to say common sense. Not exactly, but kind of. Occam's razor is the use of common sense in certain situations. I really like the example it gave. Occam's razor. Uh, it the example it gave it was like, if you hear the sound of foots of if you sound the hear if you take a breath. If you hear the sound of hooves of hoof steps, footsteps from hooves, it could be anything with hooves. But using Occam's razor, you can be certain that it is not a zebra. Um, yeah, there's your that's philosophy for you. I really like that example because you can apply. I think I don't know why. Like what I think about the most is like, okay, that is a great that is a great method of thinking because it's like it's like it's like deductive reasoning, right? It's common sense. It's like it's obviously not a zebra because I am in Central Florida in my studio apartment. It's if anything, it's probably a deer, right? Or a horse, but it's very unlikely that a deer would be outside of my studio apartment, right? But it is most it's no in no universe would it ever be a zebra, right? I really like that. Another one I saw, which I really which I really liked was I forget who said it, but what can be accused without information can equally be dismissed without information. I really like that one too. In the age that we are in, where people are trying to get at other people, and we're trying to cancel this person and that person, we're trying to say, "Oh, he did this, she did that," blah blah blah. What can be accused? I think the word that was used was inferred. What can be inferred without without evidence can be dismissed with there's the saying. What can be inferred without evidence can be dismissed without evidence equally. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think that is an I think that is an absolute extraordinary way to think. What are some other ones that I have kind of kept in my head? Um, Here's one. Uh, I believe Hertriotes said this um, around 80 AD, or what was it, 180 AD. Um, he said the original translation is in Latin, obviously, but the English translation is um, if she will cheat with you, she will cheat on you. So I think he had a lot of I think he had a lot of I mean there's a lot of potential in that. There's a lot of potential in that philosophical what's the word? Practice? No. Phrase. There's a lot of weight in that philosophical phrase. If she will cheat with you, gentlemen and ladies, if he will cheat with you, he will cheat on you. If she will cheat with you, she will cheat on you. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, don't get mixed up with that. Don't be cheating and don't be with a cheater. Okay? No. If she will cheat with you, she will cheat on you. If he will cheat with you, he will cheat on you. Ladies and gentlemen, okay? Do not fall into that. That is messed up. If there's someone who is with someone else and that person says they believe that you are the one and not the person they are with, and you have enough evidence to believe that, then you tell them to clean up their act first and to hurt as little people as possible. And I still, I mean, this isn't what I would do, because again, even if like I would, even if I didn't like partake in her while she's with someone else, which I wouldn't, like I would still be like, okay, but she didn't cheat with me. Like she didn't have an affair with me, but she was thinking she wanted to. Like she was telling me that she wanted to. And that is more, that's not just enough reasoning to say no. No, that is like past, like that's literally like that Monsters Inc. code 224 with the sock on the ground. That is a no. Like, no. Guy, girl, do not waste your time with those people. Don't. Even if they say, "Oh, I'll drop everything. I'll leave everything. I'll leave him. I'll leave her. We're gonna make this work." That should already tell you that that guy or that girl, uh, they do not have the emotional, not even emotional intelligence. I would just say they don't have the all around intelligence to recognize how hypocritical they are being to themselves by saying that they will do this and they will do that, when it's like you should have just done this yourself and done it the right way and not make a fuss about it. I seem passionate about this, but I've never been in this situation before. I've been in situations that are like, I've been on the other end of this situation, but not. I've never had a girlfriend that's cheated on me. I've never had a girlfriend. Period. I mean, I was thinking about that. I'm 22 now. I had a girlfriend in high school, but that's like high school relationships. Like, is that? And this is coming from a guy who has only had a high school relationship, and even I don't think that should be counted in like your official scorecard. I don't know. I'm not saying that you shouldn't learn from it, because I learned more about myself after that relationship ended than I've learned about myself in any other circumstance. But again, it's high school. That was high school. I was 16. Like, I don't. I do not see myself. I don't know. This isn't something I need to. This is such a me. This is such a Celestino thought. Like, finding the value in the most like unimportant conversation ever. Like, I don't think I should count that, but at the same time, if someone asks me, "Have you like how many relationships have you been in?" It's not that I'm trying to figure this out because I'm scared to say zero. I'll say I'll say zero. Zero. Cheerios cereal. I love cereal, but I don't I don't buy cereal because I dude, I want to buy cereal, dude. Oh, I love cereal so much. But I have never bought it for myself. I have been on my I moved out when I was 18, 17, 18, 18 years old. And since then I've probably bought like while I was grocery shopping, I've probably bought myself cereal 3 times in the last 4 years. because I know that I will not stop. I won't. I will not stop. I will, brother. I will eat more. I will eat. I won't eat the whole bag. I'm not crazy. I will probably have 3 bowls. Okay, but the feeling afterwards, that is death. That is death. That is what I imagine a bad trip on mushrooms feels like. You feel helpless. I'm watching Larry about to do something very bad, and I hope he doesn't do it. Come on, Larry. Don't do it. Psst. He's looking at me like, dude, why did you do that? I got them a new scratch post, and it's like, it's like 4 feet tall. And Larry likes to, he is, and I just got this today, and he's already come up with a habit of he climbs to the very top of it and then stands on it like he's the Avatar, the last airbender, like training in the mountains of Mohico. But yeah, cereal, like I don't, and especially like take Captain Crunch. Have you ever noticed how your tongue feels afterwards? It's because you have already rubbed your tongue against so many of like the hard, porous, crunchy shapes in that cereal that like your tongue starts to feel like it has shapes on it. Um, and I don't think they make. There's a cereal that was like my favorite, and I don't think they make it anymore, which is just an absolute tragedy. I don't care for fruity cereals. So they make it the version, but the cereal was chocolate Dino Bites, which is it's the generic version of fruity fruity pebbles, which I don't like fruity pebbles. It was chocolate Dino Bites with marshmallows. And dude, I do what I do walk by the cereal aisle and I check for it. If I see it, I will get a bag the size of a small third grader. Of the chocolate Dino Bites with marshmallows because it is so good. Dude, I haven't seen it, to be completely honest with you. I just I just haven't. But when I do, when I do, there will not be an episode that week because I'll be too busy face down in a bowl of chocolate Dino Bites with marshmallows. Oh, I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, like relation. Yeah. Um. Hmm. What? Some with girlfriends and I swear I'm not on. I swear I'm not on cocaine right now. I recognize how sporadic these conversations are right now, but like I said, it is currently 9:44 p.m. And ladies and gentlemen, I've not yet explained why it is so late. I probably said, let me explain why it's 9:44. I probably said that like an hour ago, and we talked about philosophy, AI, girlfriends, cereal. It's because I have a monster in this thing. It's 9:44. Why? Because that's where it came from. Ladies and gentlemen, we're uncovering the national Nicolas Cage treasure right now of of the last hour. That's why it all happened. I started explaining why it's so late by going through my day, like how I woke up. But then I was sad, so I started smiling on purpose. Blah blah blah. Wow, guys, you were here for a mental breakthrough, or a break, or a mental breakdown. You could call it both of those. I woke up, felt sad, got ready. It was like 12, and you know what happened? I sat down at my desk getting things ready, right? And I downloaded Steam on my MacBook. Steam, for you guys who don't know, is a pro. It's a program in an account where like all of every single person who plays video games, the games are on Steam. It's like the place where you can buy and have your games and stuff. Well, I have a gaming computer and I have my work computer, not work as in the hospital, but like work as in like stuff like this. I downloaded it on my MacBook because I can't play the I can't play the high intensity games, but like I played I saw that I have the game Plague Inc. In my library. For those of you who know what that game is, you just got a huge nostalgia hit. That game, I was playing it for the first time on the iPod, uh, like in like fourth grade. Amazing game. There's no other game like it, and I played that for 3.5 hours. Look up what Plague Inc. is. If you don't know, it's a great game. It's not high intensity like graphics. You can play on any on on anything, and Plague Inc. is as much of a childhood game to me as like Minecraft is. Like Plague Inc. It's amazing. The goal is you are looking at a world map, and it is a realistic simulation of the world. And your job is you pick you start with bacteria, you pick different diseases. I'll say that in quotation marks because like I don't know if a prion is a disease, but like different diseases, and your goal is to infect and kill the entire world population. And it's realistic. Like you never want to start in the United States because the United States is like world's superpower, right? It's gonna be so like I always pick India because India has the highest population of any country in the world. 1.4 billion people. Yeah, that's a real statistic. I believe it's at 1.4 billion people. Let me look up what it is currently. Oh my gosh, I nailed it. Oh, this is 20 this is slow down. This is 2022. I don't want to see 2022. I want to see it right now. 2024. Give me 2024, stupid. As of September 14, wow, that's right now. Jeez. Okay, I was still right, unless you round up. 1,453,580,850. So 1.45 billion. I nailed it. I'm smart sometimes. I'm smart sometimes. What's the population of China, though? Ooh, it's getting up there. 1.41 billion. Damn. What about Japan? Because Japan's population is dwindling. It's going down because less and less people are having sex. 123 million people. Wow. Granted, that's not even fair to compare it to India and China because they are larger countries, like geographically. No, Lars. I just got Lars. I got Lars a scratch post, and he still claws at my new chairs. I am so. Oh, it's like I'm so pissed about it that I don't even care anymore because it's like what a, it's my fault for not scheduling a vet appointment. So like it's my fault for not scheduling a vet appointment yet to get his nails trimmed. Damn it, Lars. Damn it, Lars. You're too cute. Yeah, Japan's population is going down. 2020, 126 million. Lars, please. No, dude. Thank you. 2020, 126 million, 2022, 124 million, 2023, 124.3 124 million, 2024, 123 million. Wow. They have gone down. Wow. Wow. In 4 years, they have their population has decreased by 3 million people. That is alarming. Now, back to what I was saying before with like, yeah, China and India are geographically larger countries than Japan is. But that doesn't always mean that the population is always going to be bigger. Now, India is a special case. Almost more than a seventh of the world's population lives in India. Now, a fraction like a seventh might not sound like a huge part of the whole of the whole pool, but think about that. Like 1.4 billion. We have 7. What is the world population? I think it is like it's like 7. It's like before I hit enter. 7 point. I'm gonna guess 7.6 billion people. No, wrong. 8.2 billion. We are at 8. Wow. 8.2 billion people. Wow. Wow. That is. We were at it. You know, it was common just to say 7 billion people like 5 years ago. Guys, we're at 8 billion people. Wow. So, back to what I was saying. So, an eighth, which is even less than a seventh, an eighth of the world's population is in India. But still, again, an eighth is I'm gonna have to spray Larry. Psst, psst, psst. An eighth, yes, is not. Oh goodness. An eighth is not a large fraction in itself, but when you think about it at a world scale of population, where we have 8.2 billion people and 1.4 billion of them are in India, oh my gosh, that is crazy. So crazy, I'm gonna have to spray Larry again. Larry, thank you. So yeah, wow, guys. Hey, who said this is not an educational podcast? You have learned so much today. What was I talking about? Plague Inc. So Plague Inc. is a great. It's a great game. Best one. It's a great game. Kamala Harris has said it's not a good game. I disagree with her. Great game, amazing game, probably the best game I've ever played. And I played that for 3.5 hours. And then it was like 3:30. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the cafe and grab some more kratom. So I went to the I went to the cafe. I talked with some of my friends there. Came back here, and then what did I do? I just did some chores. I took out the trash. I cleaned. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till it's later so I can FaceTime Evan, my producer and editor of the podcast, and I'm gonna wait so I can FaceTime him, because I need his help to set up this new camera. And here we are. I have to pee so bad. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming by the Something Cafe. I hope you guys enjoy the video. New camera. If you are on audio and just audio, as you know, if you are on just audio, Spotify does have the video. So please check it out. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you guys next week. Look at the episode description, guys. I put a bunch of links in there that you guys can check out. The IQ test, YouTube videos, things I talk about, but we also have merch there. The Instagram accounts where Evan posts hilarious shorts, hilarious clips with music and the cats, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming by the Something Cafe. I'm going to piss my pants. I'll see you next week. Bye.